I have to calm down. I have to manage my audio. I don't think I've set my audio properly. I try to, I mean, it's set up properly in OBS. It's just on my actual computer. My speaker volume, I think, is a bit low. Blah, 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 blah. Get to the point where I rock the dragon.
いいわよ、シロ。
Yeah, that is a little off. Here's my percentages. 40% life stuff, 40% naffing, 20% new Fate content, negative 100% Fate recap. Well, you're here now, and we're still recapping Fate. So, take that, Wise. Get dunked on. Okay, dash, dash, dash. If I wasn't a mod, I wouldn't be here. Rude! You don't think my commentary alone can't carry the experience? You think my beautiful voice isn't enough? Suddenly forget to breathe. What are we doing? There's like a choice here or something? No, there isn't. I wanted to be a pervert because I like the sexy saber. Right, no. The next choice is this one, and then we get a couple in the fight, and then that would be the last one? No, we go to the 13th day. 13th day ends... Oh, wait, 12th day goes further than I realized. Oh yeah, 12th day ends on this sexy screen. I see. Okay, so we got a whole thing of things to go through, but it's not until after post-dragon sex. I just stopped on this screen because I'm a pervert. I am now remembering. And it was controlled to skip, so let's skip a little bit, because even though I am a pervert, we did waste 10 minutes because of my internet derping. So let's, I'll be a pervert in my own time? I don't know. This way, Shiro, blah, blah, blah. Alright, the conversation. Right, having the great dragon sex. I would have taken my time and been a pervert, but instead, no. Okay, my sense is completely transformed. Oh, it accelerates. Oh, gosh. I go inside of her. I become a dragon. I didn't remember it being so quiet. Is there no music? I guess there wasn't any music in these scenes. The path rumbles. Your commentary and analysis works best when interesting new information and reacting to new scenes. But this world is too imperfect for a non-pervy renegade. Wait, this world is too imperfect? So, if it was perfect, it would be good for pervy renegade, but it's too imperfect for non-pervy? I feel like your double negatives are throwing me off. Was there really no music for this long of time? Am I going crazy? Music is turned on, right? It's turned on. The dragon. Oh, there's music now. Okay, I'm not going crazy. There was just no music for such a long time. Wow. There's a dragon inside her, and she killed me with the red text. Why isn't food on the table alive? It doesn't even need to be sad. It cannot bear if it's alive. Oh my god. Oh! Are you saying I'm bad? How dare you? How dare you, wise fool. I am 100% good and only 10% bad. Gosh. Recall her figure. Ooh, I don't remember this, actually. That, of course, you can't forget that. Pain disappears. Oh, yeah, and they play the song. Saber's lying in the bed with the untidy blouse. Oh, no! Okay, we're basically the next day now, right?
Awhile, Saber. Hi.
Good morning, Shiro. An awkward greeting. Saber slowly gets up and fixes her blouse. Crap, we're conscious of each other and can't look each other in the eyes.
Hi.
The choice should be alright now.
Hi.
So, can you put your clothes back on, Shiro? Tosaka folded up my clothes. No, I'm the one who did. Oh, no! I vividly recall the ritual last night. I sympathized with Saber and transported a magical circuit deep inside her. I remember this whole actual section fairly well, which is why I'm okay to actually skip a lot of it anyways. I mean, perviness aside of re-experiencing and rocking the dragon. The sequence is fairly memorable because I do actually like a lot of it. I don't like the big, Caliburn killing 4 lives. But I do like the Caliburn, and I like so much of this sequence, actually. It's one of my favorite parts of the game, which kind of makes the shittiness of the 4 lives in one kind of all the worse. But I watched actual Bad Fate streamers when you were on hiatus. And man, I don't get how people read hundreds of hours of VN while whining and hating every character. Do some people do that? I don't hate every character. Just Shiro, right? No, he's fine now. I mean, it's not that he's fine now. It's that I realized why he was fine all along. You know. I am the one who became fine now. Fine with him the way he is. I accepted him for who he was. Which was bad, so we had to change. But he realized he was bad, which makes him good. Try my best to take the middle amount. First of all, although honestly, even going on for hundreds of hours and whining and hating every character, I find more interesting than what some people do, where they just kind of read the whole thing and they never react at all. At least hating characters is a form of reaction. It might not be the nicest reaction, but you know, it's something. Top of that, we spent the night dressed like that. Where's the choice? Hair moves, she raises her head. Tosaka's not a morning person. No, I only lost about 1/10 of it, so it's 3/10 of it. I should be alright. 3/10? I minimized how much I took. Oh no! Now we're really back to normal. The awkward mood disappears. Okay, Saber's blushing. That means we're all good. Near the end, they started skipping text, and that's when I stopped watching. Oh boy, started skipping text on new text? Yeah, man, that's a no bueno. Like, obviously, if it's not really interesting you can kind of speed through it, but, like, skipping text, should still, I mean, obviously, you know, not everyone reads aloud either. I know some people that react more, but read aloud less. That's not terrible. Personally, I like it when they read aloud. It makes it easier for my mind to multitask. Basically, I don't want to have to read subtitles. Kush. The battle is near. Okay, skip this scene. No, because there's a choice coming up. Battle between the two ends. They killed, exterminated with the baboo. The gorgeous. Okay, we skip this scene. Blah, 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 blah. They fought each other. Archer's amazing. Wait, we disconnected? What do we do? Right, we're skipping this, of course, because Archer's the best servant. They said it's Saber, but really, both Archers have just been so OP. The only reason Saber's been winning at all is because of Power of Love and Shiro being usting. Like, she lived her fight with Gilgamesh because of Shiro's usting. She won her fight with Berserker because of Shiro's usting. And she didn't get killed by Berserker because Shiro got in the way, like an idiot, mind you, but got in the way, so Saber got to live, and then Ilya retreated. And that's like a lot of the important fights. And then she never should have went to do the assassin fight in the first place. That was always dumb. So, you know, she's just kind of a dummy. I'll admit she did good with the Rider fight. Apparently she does that even off screen, but imagine how powerful Archer would be with Shiro's Power of Love. I mean, Archer Shiro love is kind of interesting. I'm sure fics exist for all the pairings. With how, you know, this being a fairly popular visual novel, but oh, that reminds me. I don't know if you watch the VOD Wise Fool, but the frickin' you can just choose a choice and completely skip Saber beating Rider. That's one of the other save points I made. I'm very curious to see where that goes. Is Shinji really dead still? Is Rider still dead in that timeline? We just can fucking miss it? That'd be crazy. Anyways, it's one thing to missing Assassin, because that's later on. But like, freaking Rider was supposed to be First Blood. The idea that you can just miss First Blood, you can miss her whipping out Excalibur. I have to follow up on that choice and see where that goes. But anyways, for now, alright, we're getting to a choice, right? There's a choice? I'll go right away. This should be an easy choice, too, because, it's just Girl A or Girl B. Feel the same way, even if I do exchange blows, blah, blah, blah. It's gonna be Girl A or Girl B. I can skip my... yeah, you know. The two's concern is only natural. I just have to repeat the usual process now. Analyze. Woo! Is that your magic? Right, this is when we bring up the jewels. Yeah, okay. The jewels. The jewels! So many jewels. Saber and I protest silently. Tosaka's life depends on this as well, so it won't be funny if she gets stingy. We end up failing because, you know, she doesn't want to be a poor person. Ew, poor persons are gross. That's the plan. I'm worried about Saber. Last time I chose Tosaker. But this time, hold on, we should make a save point because I had to skip through a lot of text. Who is best girl? Then trick questions, Ilya. I still agree with that. But I'm worried about Saber. I wonder if Saber's really alright. She says she'll have no problems fighting, but isn't it hard on her fighting Berserker when she was so weak before? Rin was actually the enemy all along. Yeah, enemy of my waifu route. No, I'm more worried about her noble phantasm. What? Isn't it hard on her fighting Berserker? Well, no, she's stronger now because you had your dragon sex. Pay attention. Oh, by the way, shout out to and thank you to Psychotic Killer 21 for following me yesterday. Thanks, Psychotic Killer. It's good to have more killers in my corner and for the Grail War.
使えばその瞬間に体を維持できなくなる。
I'll not be able to maintain my body if I use it. Saber said that. That means that Saber will disappear the instant she uses that sword.
Saber.
はい。何でしょうか、シロ。
Yes, what is it, Shiro?
戦う前に一つ約束してくれないか?
Can you promise me one thing before we fight? Yakusoku.
ええ。それが私にできることならば構いませんが。
Yes, I do not mind if it's something I can do. Well, it's more like something that you can not do.
そのさ、どんな状況になってもあの宝具は使わないでほしいんだ。
Okay, I don't want you to use your noble phantasm no matter what situation we end up in.
地上であんなものを使ったら大事だし、それにバーサーカーを倒せてもセイバーが死ぬなんていうのは嫌だ。
I don't want you to use your noble phantasm no matter what situation we end up in. It's a serious matter if we use it on the ground. And I don't want you to disappear even if we can defeat Berserker with it. All along? All along. I mean, either way, along does not have two O's in it, whether it's along or along. Wiseful.
ええ、分かっています。私も宝具を使う気はありません。
Ooh.
今の魔力でバーサーカーを倒せるとは限りませんし、何より消えてしまっては聖杯を手に入れられない。
But you can use it on me, though. Oh, Saber. Remember when you killed me? Remember? Okay. I understand. I do not intend to use the noble phantasm either. I like the smile, because that shows that she understands that I'm, you know, worried and stuff. I do not think I'll be able to defeat Berserker with the amount of magical energy I have. More importantly, I will not be able to attain the Holy Grail if I disappear. Yeah, okay. That smile, I think, shows a bit of a connection, which I think we could have seen anyway and still potentially gotten killed by her, right? I realized over the Hades why we had such different opinions of Ilya. We views yanderes differently. When you hook up with a slightly clingy, unhitched girl, IRL, it changes your view of that archetype. Oh, well, you know. Sure, but I know how to separate the fiction from the reality. And to be fair, just because, you know, yanderes might get me hard a little bit in fiction, you know, it's like, it's living out a fantasy that you don't actually want in real life. Just because, you know, a bad girl's doing bad things doesn't mean I actually want a bad girl to do bad things to me in real life, you know. I think there's a bill. It's kind of like how sometimes I enjoy death in media. Doesn't mean I enjoy death in real life. I think you can make the distinction and the separation, but Saber declares so. That makes me happy.
よし、いつものセイバーだ。うんざりするほど冷静で安心した。
Alright, you're the same as always. I'm relieved that you're so sickeningly calm? You're relieved that she's sick? I differ my view of a waifu and as a view of a character. I don't follow what you mean. I mean, I can distinct my view of a waifu and a character too. I might say, oh, this is my favorite character, even if it's a girl, but like, oh, but this girl's my favorite waifu. I distinct them too, if that's what you mean, but... The character that, I think is the hottest isn't necessarily the one who I think is the most interesting, rich character.
それはどういう意味でしょうか、シロ。
What's that supposed to mean, Shiro?
いや、タイはないよ。いいから外に出よう。遠坂を待たせるとまた文句を言われるからな。
It doesn't mean anything. Let's just go outside. Tosaka will complain as if we're late. I'm trying to think of an example of that from this game. It's kind of hard. Like, I don't know. there's also a distinction between waifu, like my favorite waifu is if I was a self-insert, and okay, they might be who I would waifu, but I think for this relationship, that's the better waifu for this character. So there's that, there's like sort of like a three-pronged attack in that case. My favorite waifu is still Ilya. So far, I don't think we had like an actual bad character. The most boring so far, just the characters we don't know. Yeah, I think I can probably say that's true. Ilya's, I think, best waifu. I don't know who best character is. And then I feel like, I don't know, Shiro ending up with Saber. I like the relationship, but I haven't really seen the alternative. So it's a little hard to say right now. You know, there's always going to be some bias when you see it play out. As far as, is Ilya my favorite character or just my favorite waifu? That's a tough question. Ilya's probably just my favorite character as well. There's a lot of likable characters, but I don't think I like one more than Ilya. I mean, Archer is someone who I'm the most interested in discovering his backstory. Doesn't mean he's my favorite, though. Rin's fine. She's fine. I think fine is a high bar for Fate. I think it's got some pretty great characters. So fine is still above average. But I've had waves that have come and gone with Rin because, you know, it's like, oh, you don't have a wish? That's stupid. And then, you know, she'll act this way and I'll be like, oh, you're dumb and I hate you. And then she'll act this way. It's like, oh, that's why I like Rin. So Rin's kind of, she's got some highs and some lows for me, but.
そうですね。リンはシロに文句を言うのが趣味のようですから。
You're right. It seems to be Rin's hobby to complain at you. Saying such an ominous thing, Saber heads to the exit. Then, Saber's body falls forward as if she tripped on something. Oh, fuck. What is it? What'd you trip on? What's the big plot, MacGuffin? I quickly grab her hand. Oh, yes. Milady, are you okay?
ほら、足元危ないぞ。散らかってるんだから気をつけないと。
Come on, watch your feet. Things are scattered around, so you have to watch out. Oh, she's blushing. Did she think that I maybe saw her pantyhose? Or is she blushing that I had to help her out, even though she wants to be the one to help me up? She's blushing that she realized that me helping her up made her so embarrassed because of the dragon sex. Oh, cooties. And this is when she's starting to doubt, like, oh no, maybe I should kill Shiro. I'm getting too attached. It's foreshadowing if we were on the other timeline. Hey, Saber's blushing awkwardly.
Saber, どうした? なんかあったのか?
Saber, what? Is something wrong?
いえ、そういうわけではないのですが、手を握られていると。
No, it's not that. But if you're holding my hand, what? What are you thinking? You can't fight properly. We're not in a fight though, so it's okay if you can't fight that properly. Saber blushes even more. I think this is the biggest blush we've seen from her all game, unless I'm remembering wrong, which I very easily could be given the hiatus. Her figure looks like me from earlier. I wouldn't have seen you from earlier, so. Oh, I blush too. Her hand in mine. I vividly recall Saber's sensations, and I pull away quickly. Ooh, cooties. Dash. Like, when I read this pathway, Rin carried it. I do not agree with that, though I can see where you're coming from. Hated Shiro? Thought Saber was boring. Ilya was a psycho, and Archer was barely involved. Made my dislike the plot points more, but appreciate the characters more? I didn't like Shiro at first, but that was only before I started to really understand him. Now I think he's fine. Now I like him. I like him a lot, actually. It's just because I didn't really understand the kind of character he was, so I was just like, you're stupid! And I wanted him to be smart. I wanted a smart protagonist for a fighty fight. I don't think Saber's boring. No, I think she's fine. Ilya's a psycho, and I think she's a very fun psycho. Archer isn't very involved, but I think that adds to the mystery, because he's got some really interesting, mysterious qualities about him. And I think, you know, sometimes less is more. It made my dislike the plot points more, but appreciate the characters more. Honestly, I think, going to the end, I kind of like the plot points, looking back. I do think some of them were too slow to get delivered. Like, there was a lot of fluff between time that maybe could have been, choppity a little. But a lot of the through lines are really good once now that I've seen through to the end. But mostly, I think it's the end. Maybe we're only halfway through. Herder. Dash. Unable to say anything, we just stand there.
外に出よう。早く行かないと時間がない。
Let's go outside. We have to go. We won't have much time. The only, I guess there are some characters like Shinji who I don't like, but he's like one of those you're like supposed to not like him type of things, right? So I don't think it's a big deal.
そうですね。急ぎましょう、シロ。
That's right. Let's hurry, Shiro. This is before Saber really had to choose between the Shiro and the war, back when she allowed herself to be happy. She didn't realize the choice was a choice that Shiro would make her choose. We start to go with that forced conversation. Once we go outside, we won't return here. Shinji does his role great, even when you want to, yeah, even when you hate him, yeah. Once we go outside, we won't return here. I look back at the ruin for the last time and head to the battlefield. Oh yeah, good times, ruin. Dragon sex ruin. Okay, do we have a choice to skip now? We do. Hold on, I'm not going to skip for a couple reasons. Reach an open clearing in the forest. So, let's see here. There is going to be a fight choice coming out. There's replay of the legend, and 12 labors. And then that's it for the fights. Replay of legend, 12 labors. Alright. Let's skip through it. Replay of the legend. Ooh, there she showed up. That's a lot of CG all at once, and I remember that. It's good CG. Replay of the legend, 12 labors. Oh, and that's when she got her body all freaking ziggity-zaggitied. I forgot about her going all ziggity-zaggitied, and that let her use full control of Berserker or whatever. The ziggity-zaggities. Okay. Ooh, what is this song? Smug Lolly. Kill anything, rears your Berserker, and then he was like, roar! And then we're playing around. This song? I don't remember this song. There's a lot of songs I don't fucking remember, though, let's be honest. Though there are a lot of songs I do remember. I like it. Yeah. Woo! Anyways, we got a replay of the legend. Being the Holy Grail must make controlling your servants easily. Oh, ha 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 ha, I understand the joke. Good one, wise fool. As if stopping a meteor saber attacks Berserker. It is a return of legends. Is there forest filled with the morning mist? The two shadows clash without ceasing. That's nice CG. Berserker is just overwhelming. I sometimes call things CG, and I'm using the term completely wrong. I think it's just changed in my vernacular what it means. So when I use CG, you probably might hear me say that and go, that's not what CG means! You're probably right. And I've just started using it wrong and gotten used to using it wrong. Ugh. Even better, flashy CG! Oh, even better OBS disconnects! Wow, we going for a record today? Right, yes, okay, continuing. And then he goes, rabba dabba dabba dabba. Oh, this is the choice. I didn't realize we were already at the choice. I didn't realize this was the choice we were in. Okay. Provide backup with the bow, what's the point? Okay, let's see here. Archer Curse, let's go, haha. And then this one was, Do We Phantgasm, that was 12 laborers. So, say what will replay the legend. So, I believe we're supposed to provide backup with the bow, but I wonder if I go, what's the point if I die or not? I suppose this could be a... a Tiger Dojo, because... because we missed one, right? There should be one in between the Rider stuff we've seen and the Elias stuff. Though theoretically that shouldn't happen in between... No, that should happen before the first Elia one even happens, so that shouldn't make sense. Unless they order them wrong, but I don't think they do. If memory serves, I did provide backup with the bow. I think that would give sentimental value to Saber. If I went once the point, Saber would probably be discouraged. I am a little curious where what's the point would go, but because I don't think this can lead us to a Tiger Dojo, I feel like providing backup with the bow makes more sense. Because Saber will see that and her loins will be encouraged because she'll know I'm helping. Her movements are slowing down. Even my eyes. Hit an opening, Berserker. Sail will be slashed in a few more blows. I'll provide backup with the bow! Yeah, skip this scene. That is what I did last time. And this seems right to me. I could go the other option, but the other option's probably wrong. So, you know, fuck it. Hiya! The instant Saber's flung away, I fire at Berserker. Then again, if we've already seen this, I guess this is the part where I skip again. I could go to the other choice just to see what he does, but I almost don't care. It's that stupid of a choice that I don't care. Haha! That's right, Berserker, forget about Shiro. Oh, 12 labors. No, don't skip this. There's another choice. A strong blow. Saber upon the attack has her feet something. The blows are heavy and fast. The axe sword flying above Saber had come down. Ba-ba-ba-doo-ba-boo. Uh-oh. I feel like I'll grind my teeth down. Am I unable to do anything? I can't proceed. There's nothing I can do. All I can do is... I can make a sword. This is the bad end choice, right? Yeah, coming up, this is the bad end choice, yes. It's a bad end if you let her use Excalibur, if memory serves. Concentrating strength into her numb fingers, she faces Berserker again, coughing violently. A bow won't do. Even a lance won't be able to pierce him, and that doesn't mean I should have the same weapon. That giant, to defeat that mountain, I'll need a sword. A sharp and gorgeous sword of the king will defeat the enemy in one blow. Oh, thank you, Stream Elements. I'm live. Did you guys know that? Golden sword suit of her that I saw in my dreams. My head hurts. Bearing my nausea, I still stare at Saber. But ironically, an indescribable discomfort assails me the more I stare at her, about to collapse. Saber and Berserker's movements seem to be in slow motion. Oh no! That's right, Shiro's the sheath, time to pull out the caliburn. Many switches are arranged in a row. Oh fuck, was this red text? You don't see this very often. There was some red text when he was doing the dragon sex too. Coughing, Saber bends her body in pain. Berserker smashes, as if making a line. The firing hammers move into position one by one. This is his inner Shiro. Inner demon Shiro. The triggers are pulled. Nice roar sound effect. Berserker's bow smashes Saber away. It's fatal. Saber's body is split through the waist and her as pieces are thrown in the air. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The only thing flung in the air is Saber's armor. Okay, that's much better. Berserker only smashed Saber's armor. Now she's armorless and hot. Saber created an opening to make Berserker take a large swing, and Saber charges top speed using all the energy he has left. Rugabugar! Black Howl surges out, but he can't retreat from Saber, who is right in front of him. She places her hands on her sword and slashes Berserker on her might. Why did it look like she still had the armor in that shot? It looked like she still had the armor. I can't believe it. The giants seemed to be rooted from the ground and smashed back a few meters, and then... Get back! This is when Ren shows up, the true final attack. Oh boy! So much CG. She must intend to fire from as close as possible. That's a nice jumping animation. Animation, you know what I mean. It's slight animation. Also just a picture, but it moved a little. That's animation. Jostaka jumps down from the branch right above and throws her jewels as she descends. Technically, if the image is moving, it's animation. All animation is just, you know, images moving really, really fast. Unless it's CG, in which it's not. So I'm a liar. But... German! From the info so far, the most plausible theory is that the red text is like the unrepressed Shiro. Yeah, it seems to be the inner demon Shiro to some extent. The inner knows everything, superpowered demon awesome Shiro. of awesomeness. A rain of ice, but it doesn't work. He swings his axe through the air. Perhaps because he swung with only one arm, the ice is not completely destroyed and it lacerates his arm. The ice refreezes on the giant's arm and stops its movement, but still, it got only one of his arms. Yeah, this was always a weird point of the fight because we knew he had multiple lives left from what he set up. And I was like, okay, we'll kill one of his lives with this. And it didn't even do it. It just killed multiple, which was a really bad way to end this section given how good I think it is otherwise. It really is a shame. I really like this whole Berserker section. It's one of my favorite parts of the game. It really is a shame how it ends kind of dumb with killing multiple lives in one, because it's not stupid. But anyways, Saber raises her voice. It's only natural. As the Berserker's other arm has grabbed Tosaki's body as he descended on him. Oh no, toe sucker! Not toe sucker! Face contorts in pain. Berserker's power should be no problem to crush Tosaka, but Ilya wants to torture and be slow. I don't care if I'm only dragging her down. I don't care if I can't do anything. I won't let her crush Tosaka, him even. Saber must have any power left standing. She felt her body the bow. Tosaka must be in pain. And then she smiles, just as she thought, all according to Kakaiku. She smiles and speaks boldly. Dun dun dun, everyone gasps. Even Berserker has gasped. Berserker, I think, could still kill you in this moment. Oh, whatever. I'm sure that in universe, it happens like instantaneously before he has time to really think. She's horrible. She knew this was going to happen, yet never told us. How dare she? The toe sucker. Berserker puts power into his gut, but it's a second too late. Bullets of light are fired. 4 jewels are used. The rapid fire from perfect point-blank range kills the bad warrior for sure this time. Except no, it doesn't. It doesn't even take away one of his lives. It only half kills him? Or does this kill him? I don't remember. Does this kill him? It's splendidly perfectly blown away his life. Oh, cool. This does kill him once. And then we use the sword to kill him multiple times. That's where it kind of wavers. I don't mind this killing him once and then our sword maybe killing him a second time. From there, I guess, if we know he has more lives after that, it'd be better if he retreated or something and was maybe taken out by Gilgamesh, and Gilgamesh could have taken out the last of his lives. That's one way they could have ended him without, taking the multiple lives into consideration, and, but also not had, but still given us the amount of kills that we thought we would get. Gilgamesh could have potentially also come in and just done it off screen because he wanted Saber. I don't know. I'm just thinking of ways it could have gone instead, where they could have kept the multiple lives and then not had it end stupidly. Because the climax works. The climax of getting Caliburn and winning like that works. It's just killing multiple lives in one defeats the point of the multiple lives. So, there are ways I think they could have made it work despite the way they set it up. Alternatively, they could have just set it up such that the multiple lives was never an issue, etc., etc., etc. But my preferred method to solve this multiple life thing was Archer killing him 10 times off screen. Makes him even more mysterious. I suppose that works. But it also wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Obviously, narrative timing, they had Archer show up later for Castor, I suppose. Which I think works fine for me because I've seen Fate Zero. But for someone who's never experienced it, it feels like he shows up out of nowhere as the final boss, as this secret 8th servant. And I don't think there's that much build-up. So had he shown up for the first time here, even if Shiro and stuff didn't see him, I think that could have worked. If Archer had shown up and taken out the last of his lives afterwards, and we didn't see him, but there was an interlude where we saw it, and then Ilya, I don't know, Shiro somehow, Ilya gets separated from Berserker, and then feels the connection sever while she's unconscious off-screen. But that could be one way they could have settled it. I guess the interlude in that case, if Ilya had separated, she simply would have felt it. Something like that, maybe. I feel like having Archer shown up here could have worked, I feel. Castor's not much further off, to be honest. Castor's pretty close. It's a pretty close turnaround. It just would have... Because it's such a close turnaround, I don't think it would have hurt that much if he'd shown up here instead of during the Castor instance. Although I suppose the idea behind him showing up during Castor is because that's after Ilya's had time to get acclimated, thinking she knows everything. We want to keep Ilya in the position of knowing everything, but this would be when Gilgamesh shows up to take her out of the war in the first place. So it's past the point where her knowing everything as a villain really matters. By that point, there was just Castor, who Elia didn't even really give us any intel on anyways. She could have, but she didn't. So it could have happened here, and I don't think it would have made a huge difference. I guess she would have been freaked out about seeing Gilly, but unless seeing Gilly actually triggered her the cup to start growing inside her, I don't know if that's true. But that did seem to be when she started suffering from the blaze. In which case they did have to delay it, but I'm not exactly sure the mechanics of that. So, anyways, he's alive again. Oh no! But we make a sword. Is that the only option? Don't use it. Oh yeah, this fucking pissed me off because like they're the same choice. They're the same. That's why I hated this choice. Now that I see it again, I didn't remember why I hated it. Now I remember why I hate it. It's like don't use it and don't use it, just worded differently. I chose is that the only option because I'm like, no, it's not. We can use Caliburn. But no, we have to be forceful and say don't use it and then use Caliburn. Like, I mean, they're fucking the same choice. I assume Castor would eventually get wrecked by full power Saber and Shiro if Gil didn't interfere. I feel like Ilya also could have given some useful tips. But anyways, don't use it. Oh, Unlimited Blade works. Right, what's the next choice? It's not until we're back at home. It's breakfast preparations. Breakfast preparations. Alright. So, later in the day, so past the fight. Fight's over. We win the fight. Caliburn wins the fight. They team up. Ilya. This is when she's like, I guess I'm allowed to like Shiro now. Awakening Morning. The King's Memories. No. We're at breakfast preparations, so skip this scene. Yes, don't skip this scene. I start mixing. Alright, the choice should be coming up here. Then the next one is in the dojo. There's just 3 choices left. This one, then there's one in the dojo, morning and noon. And then after day 12, Saber points no longer matter, apparently. And then there's magic lecture permit. Right, okay. I mix onion, breadcrumbs, alcohol, egg, and salt and put it in with the beef and pork. Decide to cook Japanese-style hamburger. Here's Saber's voice from the living room. I turn around while cooking.
Awhile.
Let me have some milk. Exhausted. Well, you deserve to be exhausted, I guess. Sokka comes over with an unhappy face. She's always unhappy in the morning. She's not a morning person. Where did that bad mood from earlier go? Her eyes gleam as soon as she turns to me. She really likes your breakfast. I think they all do. I think you're a good cook. I think the way to a woman is... They say the way to a man is through his stomach, but, you know, I think it can work the other way around just the same. Time to get used to the new status quo before Gil arrives in the scene. Right. They did. It was nice to give a little bit of the status quo, and then Gil showing up does sort of turn the situation to 11 instantly. But it only turns it to 11 once we realize that Gil has the hots for Saber, which he could have waited and announced during the Castor thing, but if he showed up for both Berserker and Castor, it is repetitive, I won't deny that. Unless, again, there was an interlude where they don't see him kill Berserker, only the player sees. And then he still could have shown up this time outright saving them by killing Castor, instead of just killing Berserker when he's like separate or something and regenerating maybe. That's one way they could have done it. But anyways. That would have also set up better the idea of Castor to the player as just a stepping stone for Gil. Whereas, as it stands, Castor seemed to have a lot of interesting stuff going on with the character, which will likely be explored in some other pathway. But clearly her purpose in this pathway was to be, I'm too strong! Aha! Look at how strong I am! You can't beat me! And then Gilly shows up and it's like, oh, I just beat you super easily. And now you guys gotta beat me! You ready? And I'm the ultimate real villain. And I feel like the purpose Castor served in that narrative is fine. But I didn't necessarily see it coming, which isn't necessarily a problem, except for the fact that Castor seemed to have some interesting powers, which I was excited to see fully explored. She said she even killed her master. A lot of that sounds interesting, and then we just she got dwarfed to show off how cool Gil is. And I feel like if we saw that coming, if he had, let's say, killed Berserker off screen from what the Shiro saw, but we would have seen it, then we would have been more okay with the idea that, oh, okay, it adds up. Yeah, saying she killed her master has a lot of implied fun. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on with Castor, and usually when a villain gets dwarfed like that, it's they're not as interesting as Castor was seeming to be. Which is fine in a game like this, because I'm sure there's another pathway where we see more interesting stuff with Castor. But they would have seeded it better, the idea that Castor was inevitably just going to get dwarfed if they had showed Gilly maybe killing Berserker at that time, which is arguably ideal anyways. Granted, they kind of did the same thing anyways, where Berserker killed Shinji after he'd done his role, and then we had the next bad guy kill him, so they could have, done the, followed that up by having Berserker get killed by Gilly, taking the one step at a time. Sorry, not Berserker killed Gilly killed Berserker, but if that was the case, Gilly would kill Castor as well, but I think it's more fine that way because, Shinji serves his role, gets killed by Berserker. Berserker serves his role, gets killed by Gilly, and then, they build up Castor a little bit, but not much, and then, Gilly comes in and just dwarfs him and shows himself off to the characters for the first time, even when the player would have already seen him. It's just a sort of way I could see this narrative maybe working a little bit better where they incorporate Berserker's multiple lives, but Archer killing him just 10 times off screen I don't think is as good, because then giving him that many lives seems a little pointless. Because then that builds up Archer to be even better than we think. Like, it's fine to build him up to be amazing, but then when you build him up to be that amazing, it sort of diminishes how good we think Berserker is and how much of a challenge he is, because we don't actually know how good Archer is, so we just have to guess. So I think the amount of lives they chose for Archer to kill off screen was enough to be like, wow, that's OP, but not so much to be, oh, maybe Berserker's just not as good as we thought. Maybe, the difference in power I think would have been too much if they said 10 lives, but I don't know. It also in another way would have defeated the purpose of you have to kill him multiple times, because if Archer's just going to take off 10 lives, it's like, why even give the whole you have to kill him multiple lives? It could have just Archer killing some, us killing some, and then the other Archer like finishing him off. Rule of 3 I think would have worked ideally. But anyways, food. This must be father said, for someone to benefit, someone must lose. You're pretty sharp. Still wonder why Archer didn't just snipe Ilya. Probably because he's a nice guy. He acts all tough and gruff, but he's actually a nice guy who doesn't want to just, kill children masters. That's probably part of it. He's probably, the way he talks, we feel like, oh, Archer's future Shiro. That seemed to be a through line. It turns out that, oh, is Shiro gonna grow up to be like Kiritsugu or Archer or Kirei? But Archer was definitely one of those through lines, and Archer probably saw himself in past Shiro, which shows that he might be grizzled now, but he's clearly got some, honorableness. So I'm assuming that's why he didn't kill Ilya, because even if she is a little crazy, she's still just a child. So he probably, similar to Shiro wanted to give her a chance. It would make sense that Archer would also want to give her a chance, I think, with Ilya, but because she still is just a kid and all that. Waving her hand, Tosaka returns to the living room. With glass of milk in one hand, she takes possession of the table. She takes possession of the table. With her great magical ability she has, she is no longer held down by Archer having to take some of her magical powers. Should I say she's really relaxing or acting like royalty? Quite lazily. Alright, way to go, Saber. She sure is good at saying difficult things. But Tosaka waves off Saber's criticism lazily. Does this choice happen before or after Ilya comes into the ring? Of course I'm getting lazy. Right, because you're not a fucking servant anymore. I wonder if this choice happens before or after Ilya comes into the room. Oh, that's left our caster, lancer, and assassin. Ho ho ho. This is still so silly, like that she considers herself part of the fight. I understand it, I think, I get the idea, but it's like, she's like, now that we've taken out Berserker, I mean, sure, it cost us Archer to take him out, which is a big deal, but I mean, who cares? We're down 3 servants. There's basically nothing left to worry about, even though one of the servants is down, is yours! Ugh! Archer's pathway of Shiro fully buys into his own hero justice bullshit. And the red voice just vanishes? Yeah, I guess. If the red voice becomes the Shiro. Depends if the red voice, how much of that is good and how much of that is evil. Evil!
キャスターに至ってはまだ出会って
謙遜謙遜。アーサー王の手にかかっちゃそんじゃそ今まで
Saber
は
is the
魔力不
best
足で嘆いて
servant
たけ
after
ど
all.
それも解決したし、今のセイバーに対抗で
There's
きる
no
サーバ
servant
ン
now
なんて
that can
一
match
人
you. Har har. That doesn't mean you can't win with strategy like what Kirai was doing, where he gets you to kill your own master. Saber narrows her eyes at Tosaka's words. I feel the same way. The thing Tosaka just said can't be ignored lightly.
大阪お前セイバーが誰かって気づいてたのか
Oh, all along she figured it out, which is weird, because genders. Well, then again, you would have seen Caliburn, which also would have given it away on top of Excalibur, because you were there. Using the intelligence of the red voice, but still having the morality of White Tech Shira.
うすうすね。確信が持てたのは昨日よ。まあ伝説のアーサー王が女の子っていうのには驚いたけど、目の前にいるんじゃ信じるしかないじゃない。
Hold on, you could have been wrong, though. Hold on, you said that you're surprised. Well, I guess... No, because if King Arthur can be a girl, then I feel like Gilgamesh could also theoretically be a girl. And Gilgamesh did not have Excalibur, but he did have a version of Caliburn. A pre-Caliburn Caliburn. Granted, you saw the not pre-Caliburn Caliburn, and we were weirded out by Gilgamesh in the first place. Also, from now what we understand about Saber and stuff, King Arthur being a girl can only be true if she is the real girl. If King Arthur was just based on the legend, then it wouldn't matter that King Arthur was a girl, it should just be a boy, which is something that messed me up for a while. And I'm surprised Rin doesn't understand that given what she knows of the Grail War, if I'm understanding correctly.
それに伝説なんて都合よく改ざんされたものでし
They
ょ。
are, but the servants are summoned based on mass understanding, I think was explained early in this war, so Saber being a girl was always sort of contradictory, and that's why I came to the understanding that, no, it doesn't matter, maybe the populace gives them power, but whatever they were really like, they were really like. That's sort of why I always assumed they had to be real people, was sort of because of the Saber thing from Fate Zero. Well, they can't be just fictional, they have to be real people, otherwise you can't have people like Saber who go against what the masses thought she was, but anyways.
セイバーが隠したのか周囲が隠したのか知らない。そりゃ誰が何と言おう。
It just surprised me that in this situation that Rin, either she knows and is saying nothing, I forget exactly, I don't think she knows. It's weird that she doesn't know if it's supposed to be based on the will of the masses, because if it is based on the will of the masses, then King Arthur should be a guy even if she was actually a girl, which it's just odd, but unless Rin, like, because I feel like she's the one who gave us the explanation, but maybe, I don't know, maybe she knows that it's possible. Maybe Rin is mentally checked out after Archer died. Maybe it's a writing snafu, or maybe the idea is that it can sometimes be like that, and Saber's not too special. It usually doesn't happen, but it can. But I want to say the way they acted is like, no, it never fucking happens, it's crazy. Saber's once in a fucking... Brr. I don't remember if they mentioned that Saber is like, no one ever does that or not, but I feel like they said something like that. Like, no one ever does that, Saber's a weirdo. Anyways. You're the one who thought about you, but even though I told her, the two judge this is a good time and glare at me together. Ilya fainted after Berserker disappeared. I couldn't just leave her behind, of course. She's best wife, how can I ever leave her behind? You must let the church take care of her. Till we're even more united now. Right, because they both want to be my waifu. I know that, but Saber doesn't agree, but her voice softens. Oh? What'd you say? I'm not fighting to kill their masters, I'm just fighting to end this war. But
そう。それじゃあイリアスフィールのしたことを全部許すっていうの？言っとくけど、あの子は私たち以外のマスターも襲っている。もしかしたらもう何人かマスターを殺し
she
て
may
い
have
るか
killed
もしれ
several
ない。
masters already. She's killed one. How would you ever infer that she's killed more than one? If, because, I mean, the only other, like, it's only been the three that have lost. Ilya's still alive, you're still alive. How could you have killed several? Unless there's been some master swaps, but you said later the only way to do a master swap is they were already set up as a master in the first place, like Kirei. End this war. Yeah. Good one, wise fool. Thumbs up.
それは
That's right. Ilya admitted that she killed Shinji. Shinji used Rider, but still Shinji is a friend. He's such a good friend. Thinking about Sakura, we never do that anymore.
イリアがマスターでなく
Isn't the
なっ
master
て
if she can regret what she did?
そうね。けどシロ、私は
Everybody freezes. We freeze looking at each other. And...
何よ。サーバントなんて最後にはみんな消えちゃうじゃない。
Ah, yes.
そんなこと気
This
に
is where
して
she
るなんて。
acts all confident for 2 seconds before becoming gushy-gushy for Shiro. Girl under discussion who should be asleep appears.
エリアスフィール
Fighting time?
待ちなさい。あなたたちに用はないわ。戦う気もないから、そんなに生きり立たないでくれない？
Yeah, she killed my archer does say some stuff about her character. Unlike Shiro, who views Saber as a real person, it definitely clearly shows that Rin views Archer as more her tool. But she still cares about him, clearly. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been like, oh, I was just a servant, whatever. She cares about him to some extent, even if she's mature about his passing, in that she doesn't overreact too much. But yeah, she calls him her Archer, so she's territorial, but she takes pride in the territorialness, given that initially Archer didn't even want to be hers, and she didn't like him, so they had a nice little relationship that we saw in the prologue thing. I don't know if it's much stronger than we saw, but I'm sure it became strong. I think it became plenty strong from what little we saw, but I mean, I'm sure they became strong just, off screen when they were talking in private conversations as they were, going to rest while Saber and Shiro went to have their sex. I'm pretty sure Rin and Archer, I'm just kidding, I don't think that at all, but because again, Rin still, I think, thinks of Archer as just a servant, but like a servant she has a lot of respect for, and I don't think she really crossed the line mentally, and that's why she still called it her Archer, but embarrassed as a lazy. As a lazy? No, Rin's the one who's lazy. Mincing my words. Shrugs her shoulders as if to show her shock. Oh, that's nice reaction. Saber and Tosaka get mad together. They're scarier in different sense.
まあ、それも怒らないであげる。今はあなたたちに構ってる場合
This is
じゃ
no
ない
time to
も
worry
の。
about you two. Yeah, and this is where the gush begins. Ilya turns to me.
エリーよ。
The bow. The curtsy.
礼を言います。セイバーのマスター。敵であった我が身まで気遣うその心遣い。心より感謝いたしますわ。
Oh, sorry, the gush doesn't start yet. This is the politeness. Before the gush. I thank you, Master of Saber. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your concern towards me, who's your enemy. This did throw me off for a second, because, she does go to gush really quickly. Huh? I stare at Ilya in surprise. Saber is silent as well, so she might not have expected it either. Protag charisma. Yeah, the charisma of, of liking all the ladies and wanting to protect all of them. Even if you're a little sexist, you still want to protect them, which still tends to, gives you that protag points, I guess. Enough, anyways. Too many Ilya Seville points. This is why we don't auto-Saber out. Why we have to be careful with our choices. Because of shit like this, where Saber's like, he just wants to really be with all the girls. I'm no one special. Ilya gives her usual smile, and this is where the gush starts. I like it both ways, to be honest. I like the refined version and the gushy version. I could see it both ways. I take both ways. I appreciate both ways. But anyways, the choice. And this is where Saber, chases Ilya, and that was a whole fun interaction. Dash, dash, tongue sticking out. This is bad. This is really bad. To stare down doesn't end. It must be because she's watching from a distance. Tosaka wipes the milk off her mouth as if nothing is happening.
どうでもいいんだけどね、二人とも。そのままだと、そいつ死ぬわよ。
He'll die if they keep, arguing over me. The two look at my face in surprise. Uh-oh, they're both so close. Yes. What was happening that made me so? This is really bad. Ilya twirls and twirls. Saber goes around to try to catch her. Is it making him confused? Or is he just, dying of embarrassment? My neck is being choked, and I'm in a real pinch. Oh, right, because Ilya was hugging her, and Saber was like, get off! And then I understand now. Okay. Haha. Hijinks. Should be a choice. Let's check the current situation. The hamburger, yum yum. First, Tosaka's the quiet one. Seems she's keeping a poker face. Shiro, Ilya is being best girl, and she's in a good mood. She's looking around the living room curiously. Seems to kill second saber. She probably wouldn't listen if they talked to her. And the hardest one to deal with is Saber being restless and usually totally unlike her. Because of her, I feel like I'm sitting on a cushion full of needles, so I can't let things stay like this. I don't know what will come of this, but I have to make up my mind and escape the current situation.
話をつけよう。いつまでもこうして
And
ちゃ
if we keep on like this,
結論は決まっている
conclusions
し
decided.
問題は早めに片付けた。
Oh, the problem being
So
Ilya?
this-
Nope, I refuse.
私
Unless I'm
とリ
supposed
リ
to
の
not
意見は同じです
refuse.
から
All
あと
you
は
need
シロ
to
に
do
納
is
得
make
して
sure
も
you
らうだけ
agree. No, you're not gonna. Ilya, best girl. Saber's ready to fight it out to the very end. Rin shouldn't even be fucking staying here anymore. She should be staying at the goddamn church. Ilya being at the church. Only if Rin was also at the church. There's no reason she should be here more than Rin. I mean, to be fair, I guess Rin was teaching me magic. But I mean, come on. Ilya could just easily teach me magic. Showstone, like all his layers, his service, his hero of justice, his survivor's skill, his darkness, they have in common is that they will try to protect those close to him. Oh, I suppose that's true. Does his darkness even protect those close to him? I guess to prevent repeat darkness. Yeah, I suppose that's where the differentiation between him and Kirei comes, because even when he's lying to himself, because like his true self still protects and his lie self protects, I suppose. He protects even when he knows that yeah, I can see that. I can see where Kirei thinks he sees the Kirei in Shiro, but it seems like ultimately that is subversion of even myself, who thought he was secretly evil. There's still something weird going on how he's constantly immortal, and that could be an evil side, potentially evil servant inside him. Still possible, but
いや
what to do with you?
そんなの決まって
So
る
I
でしょ
decided we have the church to protect her. Blah, 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 blah.
森の
You
城
say
に
that,
追い
but
返すのよ
she should have just as much right as you do, Ren, because you don't have a fucking servant at it either.
シロも
Think so too, Shiro. Ilya looks at me with emotionless eyes. Oh god, was this the choice? Fuck. I mean, this was an easy fucking choice for me. Duh. Yeah, I even called it duh. Okay. Ilya staying over. I don't know how important this choice is. I mean, I just want to protect Ilya. Like, even for the saber route, I kind of want to protect Ilya. But I feel like entrusting her to the church, especially with the Kirei bullshit, I don't know. Kirei only gets happiness from destruction. Shiro only gets happiness from protection of those he loves. But that includes destruction at times? That's complicated. The problem is, he so innately protects people, but he doesn't always get happiness from it, I think is what I've noticed. Like, he wants to protect people to prevent the PTSD of the shit that he saw in the past, but he doesn't necessarily get the happiness from it, because I feel like the happiness would come from saving those people in the past, because he has a hard time getting over it. That's why he protects people, to not feel the same thing, but saving them, like just what we saw with the school, doesn't necessarily even make him that happy, because yes, he prevented himself from feeling worse, but it didn't really make him feel better. Anyways, let's see what happens if I entrust her to the church. This feels like a choice it feels similar to the Rin choice. I don't think it's as big if Ilya stopped being with us. I would definitely want Ilya to be with us. Saber even grew on her a little bit, but I'm gonna see. If this becomes too different, I might back out and go back to protect Ilya. Let's try and trust her to the church. She should be sheltered at the church. This is something where Ilya very much could but thou must me. Very much she could but thou must me, but let's see. She should be sheltered at the church. That's the safest choice for Ilya.
決まりね。まあ考えるまでもない話だったけど
Decided there was never really any question.
当然です。ここでイリアスフィールを受け入れることなど
Of
あ
course,
り
it
え
would
ま
be
せん。
ridiculous to allow Ilyasfield to stay here.
シロ
What are you gonna say, Ilya? How are you gonna react? She looks up at me with uneasy eyes.
やだ違うよねシロシロは私を
He's only said in his head. He hasn't said it out loud. This might be a but thou must. No, you're different, right, Shiro? You won't abandon me, right? Of course, the protection of everyone is only a few layers, but he's always happy when he's saving who he actually loves. Well, yeah, Saber, sure. And he also was happy, I think, saving Ilya to an extent. Dash, dash. I placed my hand over my grinding heart.
いやイリアは教会に行った方がいい
Really? Do they let this go through? No, you should go to the church.
あそこはうちなんかよりずっと安全だ。
No, it's not, because of fucking Kirei. And you know it's not, Shiro. You know it's not. What are you doing? I know he hasn't seen the future, but he's always had a bad feeling about the church. So this is, I think, him ignoring the truth and being like, it's definitely Saber. It's definitely Saber. And hoping his gut feeling is wrong. But he's had that gut feeling for a while, so... At least I look straight into her eyes and tell her. Ilya gasped in surprise.
イリアスフィール、シローがあなたを助けた以上、私もこれ以上の追撃はしない。
Oh no, I hate this. I hate this. This is the worst timeline. I prefer Saber killing me to this. No, I gotta go back and use the other choice. Ira, since Shiro has saved you, I will not pursue you any farther. Value your life. No! Stupid Shiro! Stupid Shiro! Stupid Shiro! I might save this as an alternate save point to see if this also goes down a further route. I don't want to keep this, though. I hate it. I hate it. No, thank you. No, I don't want to go to the church. I don't want to go anywhere. And I really don't want to be alone. I want to be with you. I agree, but the game doesn't give me the Ilya ending. It's trying to give me the Saber ending. Oh. And I think that's more real than Rin's more casual, you know. She just casually was like, okay, I'll be with you. All right, I'm with you. And there wasn't even as much fuss, where there easily could have been. And I feel like if we were to bring up the fuss now, I think Rin would hate it deep down, but wouldn't say anything. But Ilya hates it too much to not say anything. And also I think she's more, you know, on the sleeve with her feelings. Especially when she's no longer has to think of herself as a servant. Or rather, as a master. And as a servant, you could say. Should've just left Saber dead in the first Herc fight. Yeah, Then again, me getting almost killed is what triggered the first Ilya flag in the first place, which is like, maybe I don't want to kill Shiro. So I think there was importance to me almost killing myself. Ilya cries like a small child. No, that's not right. She is a small child. I should have known that, but I forgot it at the crucial moment. Oh, is this one about the almost? That's right. If I really care about Ilya, I can't trust her into someone else's hands. Especially a certain someone's hands, you know. You know why it's a problem. Deep down, you already know. We know you already know. From the future, you already know.
他のところってあんな立派な城があるのにこんなのアインツベルンからすれば病学の土地ってもんじゃない。
You have such a big castle, but you want to stay here? This place is smaller than a cat's forehead compared to the Einsburn castle. It's not about that, Rin. You should fucking know it too. I'm pretty sure your place is more spacious than this place. You could easily stay there too. But you've, like, mentally transfixed yourself to the idea that I'm still in the fight even though my dragon servant's gone. You know, you could let Ilya think that way too. That's rude. This place is only as small as a rat's claw. What? Wait. What did Rin say? Smaller than a cat's forehead. Wait, are you saying that a rat's claw is bigger than a cat's forehead? You're both wrong. Your place is only uselessly large, Rin, but I can manage to live with Shiro. She knows what Rin's place is like. She's done the scouting. And yeah, Rin's place almost certainly is bigger than this one. I mean, this place is already decently big. So the idea that, oh, it's so small, is just compared to you two with your frickin' rich-ass, big-ass mansion places. This place is still pretty big by itself, though. We're in the prologue. My house is always cold when I wake up. No one heats it up. Oh, maybe that's why. She likes the heat. Rin herself could fucking heat it up. Ugh. Which of us is she being rude to? There's a lot of hints in the prologue on how lonely Rin is. Oh, I'm sure. I remember a lot of the hints, like how she said, you know, I hate the life of a magus. I wish I could be a normal girl, and all that jazz. I mean, I sort of already saw the through line way back then of how Rin sort of saw Shiro as her first real compatriot because it's a magical person that she can associate to that's her age. And now that she has the one, she doesn't want Ilya sort of stepping in on that and probably feel it's unfair to an extent, but at the same time, even though there are parallels between Rin and Ilya, Rin probably either doesn't realize or doesn't want to be okay with it because of the whole Archer situation. There's definitely that, is the Archer situation, what Berserker did. But deep down, they're in very similar circumstances for still being with Shiro. But
そうだよね、シロ。私、ここにいてもいいよね。
isn't that right, Shiro? I can stay here, right? Aw, that blush. That's the real cute blush. Why, OBS? 4 times? 4 times? Right, so, isn't that right, Shiro? I can stay here, right? She looks at me as if clinging on to me. That reminds me of something from a long time ago. Ooh, what is this? Rin, you didn't even save his life multiple times, you stank bitch. He could save his own life multiple times. I mean, Rin didn't save his life multiple times. Rin barely helped me in a lot of those fights. I complained about that. Despite our alliance, Rin barely ever helped me. Rin even just tried to... Never even gave me the proper explanation of how to do the dragon sex until it was almost too late. She originally just said, yeah, you have to have her kill innocent people. And also Rin didn't help me in a lot of the fights. She did some magic training, but she started me away from doing the creating of the sword, which is the thing I ended up being the best at. Like, she saved me the first time, but since actually forming our partnership, she hasn't been a partner much until the actual fight with Berserker. Grumble, grumble? That reminds me of something from a long time ago. Yeah, Father used to say that girls have to be protective. Yeah, of course he did.
さっきのは撤回する。
Yeah, I'll take it back. Okay.
ごめんな、イリア。イリアを連れてきたのは俺だ。聖杯戦争が終わるまで、残りのマスターと決着がつくまで、イリアはうちでかくまうよ。
I wonder what this choice really changed ultimately. Was it just cosmetic choice? Did it actually affect Saber's points? Clearly we're too far gone to jump over to an Ilya route. I wonder, and if it did affect Saber's points, which way would be better? I feel like I've went out of my way to go hardcore Saber every time. So I don't think, considering apparently how fucking easy it is to get the Saber ending, I don't think we're gonna risk missing out on it either way. But, I'm sorry, Ilya. I'm the one who brought you here. I'll shout to you at this house until the whole Grail War ends. Until the match with the other masters ends. So this one is not about that must. Okay. I mean, it is. The other ones aren't. Anyways.
シロ
Oh, look how happy she is. That's so good.
シロ、本当にアメちゃんだ。
You're really a sweetie.
イリア、苦しいって。
Ilya, it hurts, it hurts.
私のマスターに触れるな、イリアスフィール。
Okay, now I think I might be starting to cycle a little bit. Do not touch my master, Ilias Veal.
それとアメちゃんとは何ですか？
And what do you mean, sweetie?
そりゃ甘いってことでしょ。もう大甘。
She must mean really sweet, really sweet.
もうさっきから邪魔ばっかりして。
Why do you get in my way?
あなた、私に恨みでもあるの？
I think you're worthy of having a grudge against given the circumstances. To be fair, Ilya, so,
当然でしょう。
of course.
その身がシロに何をしたか、私は忘れることなどない。
Sheltering you ends up bringing me more harm, Saber.
イリアにはサーバントはいないんだから危険ってことはない。それより下手に放り出して襲われたらどうするんだ。イリアの命だって危ないし、他のマスターに力をつけ
I
さ
love
せ
the
ることに
little
なるぞ。
Ilya moments. It doesn't last long. Our hangout with Ilya and all that, and her being here before Caster shows up. It's not that long, but it's still, ooh, it's something to savor. Something to savor.
それはそう
That's
です。
true, but... Saber hesitates. Whatever she may say, Saber does understand that Ilya would be attacked by other masters if she was left alone. Oh, training. Wait, no. I think the next one is a
じゃあ次
training.
はこっ
Hold
ちの
on.
番ね。
Hold on. Let's see here. Training swordsmanship, yeah, it looks like it. And then the last one is magic lecture permit in the afternoon. All right, so training. Let's go training. Let's skip to the part we actually train. What are we talking about? Even if they could, that would mean splitting a power of 10 to 5. So the ability of the servants would decrease. However many you want, 7 is the maximum for servants to the Holy Grail, so 7 be the maximum. Oh, I see. They're talking about how someone could have more than one servant. Oh, interesting. In that case, I guess Kirei has a servant with Lancer and Archer, although he's feeding Archer. Well, he doesn't necessarily have to have a pact, but he's feeding Archer with, you know, all the souls and all that of the kitties. Stray servant that doesn't have a master. Magical energy capacity to take in that stray servant. Contract with as many servants as he wants. Interesting. So you can, it would just be too strenuous on your magical energy unless you are feeding them souls. Right. Form a contract with Saber and Berserker. Saber and Berserker both exist sharing magical energy, so their abilities considerably decrease. So that means it's more efficient to choose one servant.
そういえば前に言ってたっけサーバントってマスターを変えられるって
So far, the servants can change their
このことだったん
masters.
だな
Mm-hmm. Like what happened in Fate Zero. Ooh. And I guess what happened with Lancer in this one. And it was the same master. Haha.
あら、珍しく勘がいいじゃない。
Pretty perceptive
シ
for
ローの
us.
言う通り、サーバントがマスターを失ったサーバントは消えるまでいくらか猶予がある。
Okay, so it actually had some bearing in this game. And not just... It makes sense that it would have bearing in this game. Watch out for Rin.
まだ生きてるサーバントと。そう。
I'll say the exact same back. Oh.
そんなことないもん。
It makes sense in hindsight that they didn't set this up just for it to be something that they would never explore on. But at the same time, this game has set up a lot of lore bits that haven't necessarily gone anywhere. Which, granted, they could go somewhere else still in the grand scheme of the game. But there's a lot of world building that doesn't necessarily... A lot of lore building. And so it could be something they set up and just never extrapolate on. But it's the kind of juicy plot point I feel like they would extrapolate on. And I kind of expect it to be extrapolated on. I still didn't expect Kirei to do it again. But, you know.
私、他のサーバントとなんて組まない。
Aw, Berserker's special to her. I don't know what kind of relationship you and Berserker had. It's interesting why he's so special to her. Things to think about. Tell for Ilya that servant was special. A surprise and a pleasant one. He was cold-hearted as a master. Doi.
あ、でもシロが負けちゃった
I'll
ら
take Saber if Shiro loses. What about when Shiro loses because Saber kills me?
私はシロ以外のマスターが勝つのは認めない。
That's my Ilya.
でも、もしシロが負けちゃったら、私が代わりに勝ってあげるんだから。
Aw, thanks. If Shiro loses, I win for her. Ilya says to Saber and Tosaka.
バカなことは言わないでほしい。私はシロのサーバントです。
Are you sure, Saber? Are you sure you wouldn't do anything to become the fucking win the war? You... Okay. Objecting for Ilya's feels here. As much as I like this scene, I do kind of want to finish up my recap today. So let's get to the choice here. Really going to be training? She's right beside me. Follow me to the dojo.
私、
She wants to play.
今日
Yeah.
はシロと遊べると思って
I'll
楽
help
しみ
you.
にしてたの。
Taking my hand with both of her as Ilya tries to leave the dojo. I don't believe you can go with her. If you could, I'm sure I would have chose it, knowing me. But I can't compromise on
いや
this.
ダメだイリアそれに
Be able to protect you if I train, right?
イリアをうちにかくまうって決めたの
I'm
は
going
俺
to
なん
decide
だ
to
から
protect you, so I have to at least do this much.
え
That might be true.
けど私、
Jaw.
シロに守られなくてもいいんだけどな。シロはお兄
She's
ちゃ
strong
んなん
enough
だ
to
から
not need protective. She probably appreciates the thought, though. My persuasion failed. Ilya pulls at my hand. Saber is watching us silently. Uh-oh. Her stare is rather painful. She must not approve Ilya. I think she's acting too bluntly. Our eyes meet. Good, I'll have Saber convince Ilya.
だからダメだって
Tell you no.
セイバ
Training with you is a daily routine.
私に言うべきことなどありません。
Saber is betrayed already by Ilya.
イリアスフィールを連れてきたのは彼女に言い聞かせるのはシロの役。
Uh-oh. The cold shoulder. Could it be that she's really mad? It's called being jealous.
なんだ、剣のタ
Ilya and Ren just wait 50 more years for the next war. Use their wish to go back to the past, and right before Terry can change her past, kill her, and force her to constantly watch her country get destroyed. The perfect revenge. Sure, sounds great. Let's do it. Shiro wanting to go back to the past and being like, no, it's wrong to go back to the past. And then Saber, after she does it, Ilya and Ren go back to save Shiro and prevent Saber from doing the thing Shiro was trying to convince Saber not to do, only for Shiro to be like, why would you do that? Just let her have her wish. She can't take back the past, even if it means stopping someone else from taking back the past. It's take back the pastception. Take back the past to stop them from taking back the wrong past. But it wasn't the taking back the past they were stopping. They were stopping the Shiro death, but it involved taking back the past. So if anything, it was more against what Shiro wanted, because they're doing it to save Shiro with the means that he didn't want anyways. You know? Anyways. Alright. Crap. Even if I had to get her off of me, there must have been a kinder way. It's too rough of me. Oh shit, what did you do? I shake her off violently. Yeah! Oh no. Ilya walks to the entrance and stops by the wall beside me. Juicy fanfic headcanon. You know what, Ilya? You belong in the Tiger Dojo, if anything, because this is where we do the Tiger Dojos, so it's good for you to finally be here canonically. The way she said that was such good delivery. I can be here, right? So, she screams and glares at me. So obstinate. Yeah, I won't let them be alone together. Unlike Rin, she actually is worried about Saber as a love rival. Saying something strange, Ilya looks away. Probably because, Ilya was so close to Berserker in the first place, and Ilya was gonna make Shiro a servant, so she, or rather a familiar, so she doesn't see much of a distinction. Tough girl, Shiroi. Throw her off the roof and she'll be fine. Okay, maybe you could, but you still shouldn't. Also, no, it's Shiro that's the one you could probably throw off the roof and be fine, even though he did fall out of the window in the one alternate rider ending, and, he wasn't fine, but that's because he didn't have a Saber boner, so. I guess things are settled. I take two Shina. It started, blah, blah, blah. Where's the choice? Right, because this was just after the dragon. First one post-dragon sex, and they're super awkward about it, I remember. This is the post-dragon sex, and they're like, okay, we can't do it. Ilya ponders. She's sharp. I noticed that too. I don't know whether it was she considers for the body. Either way, Saber wasn't going full strength. Oh no, dragon sex! It didn't really seem that way. Yeah, now the dragon sex, she's starting to like you. Don't worry, she won't hold back the final blow when it really counts without the wooden Shinai. Standing there dumbfounded. Oh, what did Ilya catch her on this time? Oh, she realized what happened? Rather powerful for a girl. Yeah. You did it quite often, remember when we first trained? Oh, this is why Ilya, because she's realizing what's happened. Oh. Saber really is acting weird today. Problem if Saber's sick or something, so maybe I should talk to Tosa. Yeah, as if she could. You said before that she was sickeningly calm and you liked that. So what is it? Do you like her being sick or not? We resume our training. Okay, it's choice. Okay, hello. Save. Choice. At least in any other pathway where we reject Saber, we have a very valid reason. Yeah. Duh. Okay. It's a reasonable proposal, so I can nod, but... Alright, let's have lunch. That's fine. Why are you exactly on time today? No, we're fasting today. Hold on, what did Saber say? What is Saber? What's going on? Laura, lunch, is it that time already? I watched Saber closely. Saber knows her eyes. Seriously, and taking a step toward me. Okay. Sure, let us have lunch. Right, she basically never asks for it. I'm the one who usually asks for it. Something rather unlike her. The clock says it's a bit before 12. She's right that it's time for lunch. This is the first time Saber suggested it. We never noticed the time we were training the dojo. It was the routine for us to take a break. I only noticed that it was lunchtime when we felt hungry and looked up the clock. Alright, let's have lunch. That's fine, but why are you exactly on time today? No way, we're fasting today. I don't think this matters, and I kind of want to see another choice. I'm pretty sure I said let's have lunch. Did I corner her and ask her why she was exactly on time? let's do a jokey thing. To be fair, I think, Saber would want lunch, and the food in the stomach, and she wants my food to go in her stomach because she likes it. But at the same time, this is maybe the hard fast way to convince her to be like, hey, no, Saber, we're fasting. No can do. Oh, I love that delivery. But he's clearly joking with that delivery. We're fasting today. Both of them. Provisions exhausted. Ready for my last stand. Seek time 0. I reply on reflex. Uh-oh.
シロ、今のはどのような意味なのでしょう。
No, Shiro, though I love your food. What does that mean? Oh.
わかりにくかったか。
Is it hard for you to understand?
今のは今日は昼飯抜きだって意思表示。朝はハンバーグだったし、昼抜いてもいいかなって。
I'm telling you, we're not eating lunch today. We had hamburgers for breakfast, so I thought we could skip lunch. Oh, that's good. I don't know why I felt that way, but well, I'm not that hungry right now anyway. Saber, who technically I think doesn't need food, especially now that she's getting her magical energy restored through the dragon sex, but she still wants it because she loves my cooking, because she loves me. We're in the middle of the training, so I want to continue.
そんなわけで試合を続けよう。
Let's continue with the training. Come on, put your shinai up. I put my shinai at Saber.
待ってください、シロ。話は全く言ってたりとも
Hold on, Shiro. Our conversation is not finished.
朝食を十分に取ったから昼食はいらないというのはあまりに鮮慮ではありませんか。
It is not thoughtless to suppose that we do not need lunch because we had enough breakfast?
何すんだよ、セイバー。しない
Oh shit. What are you doing, Saber? Give me back my shinai. She's being aggressive. Not only does she want that lunch, she does not want to be fighting you right now because of the awkwardness. She's still reeling from the dragon sex.
返せません。もう時間がない。私はサーバントとしてマスターに速やかな食事の準備
You're
を要
not
求
supposed
し
to
ます。
demand. You're the servant. You're not supposed to demand anything of the master. It's the other way around, bitch. No, we do not have time. As a servant, I demand my master prepare some food quickly. That's not how servants and masters work, lady. Who do you think you are, Archer? When he was demanding things of Ren before he gained her respect. Ellipses. Or rather, before she gained his respect. Or other way around. I'm getting tongue-tied. Whatever. Hold on. Saber's acting too strangely.
セイバー、時間がないってなんか予定でもあるのか。
Saber, are you in a hurry? Do you have something to do?
特にありません。ですから昼食にしましょうと言っているのです。
No, I'm telling you that we should have lunch. Because your food is so good. You're so good.
いや、だから昼食は抜きにするって。
No, I say we're skipping lunch.
バカな。これだけ言ってもわからないのですか。
Ridiculous. You don't understand even now? Understand what? Are you going to be like, Elia wants food. You think that she's not hungry right now? Well, yeah, Elia hasn't said anything for a while.
これが最後です、シロ。今すぐ昼食にしてください。
This is your final warning, Shiro. Please make lunch right now. If you're being, it'd be better to be aggressive if you didn't say please. Saber protests with enough force that I think she might come at me. And yet still says please. Feed Elia. That's true, we should probably feed Elia. Alright, we're not about to nod because of her strange actions.
あ、腹の虫。
Oh, your stomach. It's not that she's literally hungry. It's that she's thirsty for your food specifically. She can't get real hungry, I don't think. But she wants the Shiro in her stomach. She already had the Shiro in her dragon, but now she wants it in her stomach. She's gotten used to it. Now she doesn't want to get unused to it. I was the one foisting it on her for so long, so it kind of makes sense that she would grow symbiotic. Saber's stomach complains of hunger.
今のセイバー？何？そんなにお腹減ってたの？
Was that you, Saber? Are you that hungry? Oh, even Elia's joining in on the fun. Even though initially she was broken too, but it was only for like an instant, and then I guess she rolled with it.
いえ、特に空腹は感じていないのですが。
We had the dragon
体は栄養を
sex.
必要としてい
You
るの
don't
で
need
す。
any more energy from me, woman. No, I'm not that hungry, but it seems my body wants energy. What it wants is the food that Shiro makes, which you've gotten so used to. It's also another way to put Shiro back in your body again. You know, indirectly.
ふーん、ずっと動いてたから仕方ないかもしれないけど、はしたないわよセイバー。サーバントだからってたしなみを忘れてたらシローに嫌われちゃうんだから。
I guess it can't be helped since you were moving around all this time. But it's a bit vulgar, Saber. If you forget modesty just because you're a servant, Shiro won't like you. Given the how much Shiro tries to himself break down the wall between servant and master, I think he doubly wouldn't like her, but also he's still gonna like her anyways because he's sabersexual. He'll find it
そ
cute.
のようなことはありません。私はサーバントなのですから、シローが落胆する事柄は私の敗北だけ
That
で
is
す。
not true. I'm a servant, so the only thing that would dismay Shiro would be my defeat. Also, your stupid wish would dismay me as well. You killing me would also kind of suck. And you've given me the runaround where you're like, we'll sleep together one night, not even do the sex, and that's it, never again. That I wouldn't like either, says Shiro.
別に負けたからがっかりするとかしないし、負けなければ何しても驚かないってわけじゃない。
I won't be dismayed if you lose. You are a girl after all. And that doesn't mean I won't be surprised by anything other than your defeat.
それだけです。大体空腹時に腹部が鳴るのは正しい身体機能です。それが気に障るというのでしたら、私に食事を与えないシローが悪い。
That is the only reason. First of all, it is an appropriate function for a stomach to growl when hungry. You're not really a normal girl. If that annoys you, it is Shiro's fault for not letting me eat. Imagine getting blue-balled by someone and then getting stabbed by them the next day. I mean, yeah, what a bitch, right? You tease me one night of sleep and then you fucking kill me for your bullshit wish? Just after I said how dumb it was anyways? I'd been saying it was dumb all along, but now in that moment where you understand my perspective of why it's so dumb, specifically because even for me, when I have a similar choice, I think it's dumb, and even when you're given the choice not, you know, and like you, despite how much you want it, already not want it because of Shiro, but because of Shiro, you already wanted him, and you decided to kill him to get it, even though you weren't willing to kill him to get it before. Back when you were given the choice, you could have killed him to get a different master. When Shiro said in the bad ending that he went to get killed by Berserker, you could have killed him, and you joked about it because you really wanted to be your master, but once he was firm in his resolution, you didn't kill him, but you still killed him here because of how much you liked him, because you liked him too much, and you couldn't control your emotions! What I'm saying is we shouldn't have just slept together, we should have done the sex, then she wouldn't have killed me. She glares at Ilya and then at me, who according to her is the cause of this. By the way, the growling in the stomach is caused by movements of stomach called hunger contraction. Contraction? Because Shiro, before Shiro, because before Berserker Shiro, Master killed him, like him, Shiro emotions. I mean, yeah, that's about right. The stomach is always expanding and contracting, but this movement is stronger during hunger. And with the contraction of the stomach, the air inside the stomach is compressed and a growling sound is made. You seem to know a lot about this, Shiro. Do you get hungry often? Did you? Did you get hungry often when you were forced to eat Taiga's really bad food and that's why you started cooking yourself? Or was Kiritsugu bad at cooking? I think he was. I don't remember. I think that you made the cooking yourself and you started doing it for Kiritsugu, who was bad at cooking. I could be wrong, though. I do not remember, because I know Kiritsugu passed on a lot to you, but I don't believe cooking was one of those things. I don't believe he was ever... I believe he always had his woman wife do the cooking. You know, his waifu back in Fate Zero. And then in this one, he did no longer have the waifu to do the cooking for him. So therefore, food. It's kind of paradoxical, but the growling is affected by the automatic nervous system as well. Yeah, it makes sense that it's automatic and stuff, because otherwise she shouldn't even really be growling. She's growling at the lack of it, even though she normally wouldn't even get it, because she wants it, but she doesn't need it, but she likes it. And he gave it to her. After all, the stomach is always active, and it's not true that it growls only when one's hungry. The motion of the stomach, the reason for the loud sound is, I'm hungry. If it growls, people would know I'm hungry, so I have to hold it. Oh. Tensing yourself up and making your stomach all the more active, or something like that. That's a fun fact, Shiro. Food for thought. Food for thought. In other words...
さてはセイバー、腹減ってるんで気が立ってるんだな。イライラしてんのはそのせいか。まったく、 朝あんなに食べてたのに燃費悪いぞ。
Could it be that you're angry because you're hungry? So that's why you're irritated? Jeez, your energy consumption's pretty high considering how much you ate this morning. What? Of course she ate a lot, because it's your cooking, Shiro. She's gotten used to eating a lot of your cooking. You know how they say you're not supposed to bite the hand that feeds you? Like, for a dog? She, as Saber, you know, maybe she's a dragon and not a dog, but she still bit the hand that fed her. She killed the hand that fed her. Shiro is snarky at times. Well, obviously he has to be smart to snark. You have to, you know, be smart to snark to an extent. When he realized, you know, that grayness of him realizing that Saber, that was the true self. As long as the true self doesn't say anything shaky, I think he's willing to show his smartness out. But yeah, he can be smarky. He can be snarky. He can be smart. Snart.
そういえば静かだから目立たなかったけどリンの2倍は食べてたよね
Of course, she has to be the shonen protagonist who eats a lot.
食いしん坊だったんだ
Come to think of it, it wasn't that obvious because she was quiet, but she was eating twice as much as Rin. Saber is such a glutton.
それは違う。私が大食漢なのではなくリンが小食なのです。シロだって分かって。
That is wrong. I am not a huge eater, but it is rather that Rin is a small eater. Shiro should understand that.
そうみたいだな。セイバー、ほっといたら最後までご飯食べてるし、本気になったら藤姉と同じぐらい食べるんじゃないか。
Seems that way. Saber always finishes her meal. If we let her, maybe she'd eat as much as Fujine.
そのようなことはありません。一体何を見ていたのですか、シロは。
That is not true. What were you watching, Shiro? I wonder if this gives Saber points or not. I think it's a fun reaction regardless. How Shiro joins in on the teasing with Ilya. It's interesting, you know, because once, you know, Gilly comes in the picture and he learns of the real wish, he starts being a lot more serious and less joking. But I think, you know, this being just post Dragon Sex, before any big enemy like Gilly is a threat again, just after being on the high, makes sense that he's willing to be more jovial at this time. Even jovial about Saber, because he hasn't considered the immediacy yet of her going away.
ね、いや、素直な感想なんだが。
And freaking Ilya in the background, like, they're kind of in on it together at this point. Cute. No, it's just an honest opinion. Oh, I like the scene alone.
それにほら、いつもこの時間になると腹の虫鳴らしてるじゃんか。食いしん坊かどうかは別にして、セイバー、お腹減るの早いと思うぞ。
Your stomach always growls at this time of the day. Leaving the matter of gluttony aside, I think you get hungry pretty fast. Dash, 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 the blush.
ほらやっぱりセイバーったらはしたな
Saber's so unladylike. Oh, look, proving my point that... No, wait, that's not true. Shiro wanted her to be ladylike. He wanted her to be a woman and not be the King Arthur. And Saber should be glad that she's not ladylike because she wanted to be the King Arthur and she still wants to fulfill the duty of the King Arthur. So this might be bad. But we're just joking with her, so I think it's fine. We're just joshing her. But Saber's now not okay with being unladylike because before she wanted to be unladylike, but now with the dragon sex at this point, she doesn't fully realize it herself, but she wants to be with this Shiro who would want her to be the lady. So Saber wants to be the lady, and Ilya, no bad. She must be happy that she was able to disparage Saber as she jumps for joy. On the other hand, Saber, who was in a rare panic earlier, is back to her usual self as if nothing's happened. Maybe she started to internalize it, that maybe it's good for me to not be womanlike. That's correct, I'm supposed to not be womanlike. I like Shiro, but that's weird. Oh no, did that give negative Saber points?
セイバー、その、怒ってないのか。
Saber, you're not mad, are you?
怒ってなどいません。イリアスフィールの言う通り、私は多く食事をとっていますから。
Then again, taking in less food means she's caring more about, you and not just you starving away for her, which might be an understanding of how much effort you take, and therefore it could give a Saber point for her understanding that she needs to eat less. I'm not mad. As Elias says, I'm taking in a lot of food.
体力、いえ、魔力を少しでも多く蓄えて、シロへの負担を減らそうと無理をしていたのかもしれませ
I
ん。
might have been pushing myself to reduce Shiro's burden by taking in as much energy, as much magical energy as possible. I suppose that is one way to do it. You just eat a whole bunch However, we done the dragon sex, so it's not as important right now. Oh, also, I've got a lot of fucking magical energy. I was able to freaking create Caliburn after the dragon sex. Oh, yeah. Saber can only replenish magical energy by herself. She must have wanted to save her magical energy by sleeping. And she must have wanted to retain her energy by eating.
すまん。考えがいかなかった。
Sorry, I wasn't thinking about that.
いくらラインができたからって余裕があるわけじゃなかった。
Just because there's a line between us doesn't mean you have magical energy to spare. Yeah. Many times more than the magical energy I have, too. Debatable. Servants use up huge amounts of magical energy just by existing, but Saber can only create enough magical energy to keep herself alive.
いいえ、理解してもらえたのならいいのです。
No, it's fine if you understand. More importantly, Shiro, are you giving me that fucking food?
ああ、分かってる。昼食なら作ってあるんだ。今日は弁当だから今すぐにでも。
Yeah, I know. Lunch is actually already prepared. We're having box lunches today, so we can eat right away. I'm just gonna be like, then why did you say that? How fucking powerful is full power Shiro Law? I can injure Gil Emiya a bit of his soul bitten out. Yeah, exactly. It was after he got his soul bitten out that he bust out the Caliburn. After his magic should have been lessened that he started, you know, getting all crazy. So it's like, wooba dooba. I feel like because of the interaction with Saber and how much of a Saber sexual he is, I think that almost made him stronger given how he seems to resist death only when he's, you know, lusting for the Saber. So there's something going on there with the Saber sexualness.
いいえ、せっかくですから。Oh,
now she says no to it. Let's keep training a bit longer. Oh, maybe this put her back on her toes and got her away from the dragon sex, you know, awkwardness, which I think would give a Saber point, to be honest. You know, getting less awkward, I think, is worth a point. Daw, and then Saber gives me back my Shinai and steps far enough away to start a match.
Saber? いや、だから飯に。
Saber, I'm saying we'll be eating.
必要ありません。白は
Oh no, she's trying to get back at him for resisting the food for so long, despite the fact that he actually already had it prepared. That would piss her off. I see. That okay. You know when she's smiling like this, that's a pissed off smile, not a genuine smile. There is no need. It seems you like this better. For a second, you know, the image just now looked like a genuine smile, but it quickly turned to piss-offery. I guess because he said he secretly had it already prepared instead of he has to go prepare it, but. Oh god. Hold on, I just felt a real chill. Hold on, let's calm down. Saber, you're actually really mad, right? I ask her timidly. Oh, she has her fucking armor on! Of course not. Do I look any different? Yes! You put your armor on! You're completely different! Oh, this is a great choice. Armor? Armor with a Shinai? Fully armed? Well then, this fucking song! That's great! We'll cruise through lightly as always. Hey, serious, this is so mature of you! Only because she's so much closer to you. It's a lover's spat. She won't listen to me. Bang, bang! Oh, those are new animations. An impact like lightning. It's a thrust like lightning. With her shackles as my teacher released, Saber attacks me violently. What? No. Is that a joke?
Hi, konnichiwa.
What? That's not a real dead end! Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Is that a joke? What? That's not a real joke. You're trolling me, game. That's not a real dead end. That's not a real dead end. What? What the fuck? We're just casually talking, and because I refused her food for a bit, she kills me? What? What a bitch! Ilya just lets it happen? How does Ilya react to that? Okay, what? So Saber kills me more than just once. But wait, are you fucking kidding me? What? That's not real. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Look, the other one was serious. I understood it. I got where it was coming from. It took a lot, but Saber actually managed to do. What is this? Am I dreaming? This is a dream. This isn't a real dead end. It's a dream. It's a dream. It's not a real dead end. It's a dream.
ちょっとした手違いで命を終えたあなたを昇天させる心霊ワールドタイガー道場です。
This is a dream. We're gonna wake up. Shira's gonna wake up from the dream. It's a spiritual world that takes you to heaven, congratulating you from dying from a small mistake, the Tiger Dojo.
助手の死後の天使1号です。
I'm the assistant, Dead Angel number 1. Did she kill you too?
しかし人生注意1秒怪我一生
But in life, you should take simple precautions so the wounds will last forever.
冗談の通じない相手をからかうときは死を覚悟してからかうべきなんですね。
What? If you're about to make fun of someone who doesn't get jokes, I guess you have to be prepared to die. What?
そうみたいね。けどシロ、セイバーの一突きで魂吐き出すなんて可愛いんだからな。
I guess so, but Shiro's really cute, spitting his soul out after just one thrust from Saber. This is a dream. This isn't real. It's a dream.
美的感覚が壊れたちびっこ。
This kid has a messed up sense of aesthetics. Maybe they're all dreams. Maybe none of the Tiger Dojos are real, and when they happen, it's a dream, and it's telling him how to time travel because of morphogenics, and he time travels to the different timelines to do things better. It's his inner red voice is the Tiger Dojo. He sees the Tiger Dojo in his dreams, and it's him telling him, hey, don't be stupid, do the right thing. And then he mentally time travels. So they're all just dreams, and he never really dies. He is immortal. Even when he thinks he dies, it's a premonition dream of the future mid-almost death. Maybe that's why he never dies, because anytime he would really die, he does this. It's not even a bad end, it's a dead end. In one timeline, Saber killed Shiro there, by this theory. Well, maybe usually they're actually preventing real death. Maybe in this one it's a joke dream, because she hit him so hard, but it's not a real death. He's just, it's like flashing before his eyes, like, I could have really died here. This kid has a messed up sense of aesthetics.
とそれはいいとして今回の仏さんはわりかし綺麗よね。
Though this corpse is rather
天平残
beautiful.
ってるなんて珍しい
Isn't
じゃ
it
ない
rare for him to keep his form?
そうね。なんか物足りない感じ。
Yeah, it really isn't enough.
いじるか。
Should we mess with it? What?
いじろうか。
Shall we mess with it? What is this?
よしこれより改造手術を行う。何かの手違いで蘇らないようにまずは両手をガトリング砲に改造するのだ。
What? All right, we'll start the modding operation. First, we'll modify his hands into Gatling guns so he won't revive from some mistake.
さあ、イエスさあ。
Sir, yes, sir. She said it in English, almost. What the fuck? What is this? Type moon? In English? This is a dream. This has to be a dream. This isn't a real Tiger Dojo.
よーしインスタントにオペ終了。
Operation finished instantly. Gatling guns.
どうかね全身を改造された気分は。
What do you think? How does it feel to have your whole body transformed?
だが君の意志を尊重し最後の改造脳手術はやめておいた。
Mecha Shiro. We respected your will and we have not performed the last transformation, the brain surgery.
おいた。
We didn't. But you could have and made him full on Mecha Shiro. Then Mecha Shiro would win the Grail War. With his Gatling guns, he's always wanted to be a sword user, so maybe you should give him a gun sword, like from Final Fantasy.
さあこのまま自主的に我らトラッカーの一員となるか洗脳されてマシンとなるか君の意志で決めたまえ。
Do we get a choice in the Tiger Dojo? Now, choose whether you become one of us, the Tigers. Is Ilya a tiger? By your own will, or if you'll choose brainwashing and become a machine, choose your own will. So, in other words, choose to keep my will, but forcibly be one of you, or don't. Seems like an easy choice. And he kills them, of course!
大変です、相当。実験体が改造されたパワーを使って高速を引きちぎります。
It's Frankenstein zombie. This is bad, Master. The experiment uses its transform powers to rip off the restraints.
大暴れです。基地が破壊されます。
He's going on a rampage. Your base will be destroyed.
我々は自らの手で最強の敵を生んでしまったのではないでしょうか。
We might have created our own nemesis.
しまった
What the fuck is this? It's great. I love it.
まずは脳改造からしておくべきだったか
Should have done the brain surgery first. Yeah, before giving him a choice when he's all monstrous and mechanical. You gave him Gatling guns. At least brainwash him before you give him the Gatling guns.
普通はまず脳改造から始めると思います。
Oh, those looks. They both have those, like, what did we do? Those looks. Normally, I think you start with that part. Oh, this ended with an explosion, too. Both the times where Saber kills you end with an explosion? Is this real? No. It's not real. It's not real. It was a dream. He's just upside down. Of course. Okay, I didn't want to say anything because I didn't remember for sure. But I didn't want to say anything because I didn't remember sure. But when we entered the Tiger Dojo, I want to say there wasn't a little, you're about to enter the Tiger Dojo where you get hints. There wasn't that. I don't remember that, but by the time I realized that wasn't there, I wasn't sure if I just wasn't paying attention. So I didn't want to say anything, but I was fairly confident it was a dream. And it turned out to be right, which means, yes, it is canon. Which means when the Tiger Dojos happen, I love that. That's amazing. This is the best choice. They actually fooled me with that for a little bit. I was like, there's no way it's real, but they showed a Tiger Dojo. Oh, man. And we're upside down. We got hit so hard. So I think that helps my theory that maybe the Tiger Dojos are real and that he doesn't really die, but he's like in a dream state whenever he almost dies, and it prevents his death from almost happening. And this was him getting a premonition of Saber killing him in the future in that one timeline. And it was telling him, get more Saber points, make sure you're on the right route or she'll really kill you. Or something like that. Maybe that's the idea. I don't know. It's like his mechanism of the Tiger Dojo kicked into his brain, but then it kicked out once, he realized, wait, no, I'm not really dead. Or something. Or it's just a bullshit thing where, they just the game decided to fuck with us with a dumb choice. Which, that's also cool. But regardless, it's great. But it'd be cool if it had plot significance. I think I just had a really bad dream. Or could that really be the afterlife? Oh, he was only mostly dead.
気がつきましたかシロ衝撃もかわせないとは情けない
Have you awoken, Shiro? I am ashamed that you could not even dodge the first blow. He probably didn't think he deserved to dodge the first blow after he did trick you like that.
では次はうまくかわしてください剣道に合わせているのですから死ぬ気になれば少しは耐えられるでしょう
So please dodge it next time. I'm using kendo techniques, so you should be able to survive it for a little while if you become desperate. That was such a great fake out. I love it. Okay, knocked right side up. Are we still gonna continue after you kicked my butt? Oh, this fucking song.
当然です
This was the Berserker song when he almost killed me.
いつも通り限界まで打ち込みましょう
Of course, there are 10 more minutes until we have lunch. Apparently she's decided it now. Let's train our hearts as usual. How am I supposed to do any real damage to you with that armor on? Oh, she's over it. She's over not doing real damage to him because before she felt awkward about doing the final blow. It took Shiro being a bit of a troll for her to actually give in. Oh, I think that's worth a saber point. I think this is healthy. Oh, this time it goes pink. Saber's Shinai of Anger strikes again. Okay, they didn't bother with the double fake out. That was a great line read on the though. My consciousness starts to fade again. I should be careful. Saber is someone who will retort thoroughly when angered. It's because she likes you so much, though. Otherwise, she wouldn't have done that. It's because of how much she likes you and your food that getting triggered like that. Getting so triggered instead of treated, she couldn't take it. The timing, especially, because it's just after Dragon Sex and just starting to like you. This scene is just foreshadowing of Tiger Dojo 13. Yeah, exactly. Okay, hold on. Lunchtime lunch. Yes, we can skip this scene. Wait, no, we can't. Wait, can we? Hold on, let me double check. That was so funny. That was so funny. I can't. Hold on. We just did that choice, right? And it's this choice. So we can skip lunch. GG indeed. Afternoon magic lecture. I thought we could skip lunch, and that's the last choice because this is the first. Yeah. All right. So the last choice is magic. Afternoon magic lecture. Wait, no, hold on. There's a subtitle. Afternoon magic lecture permit. Afternoon magic lecture permit. So we can skip until then. As much as I love this scene with Saber and Ilya bonding, I do have to probably end kind of soon. So we're gonna skip through. Magic lecture permits. Let's skip through this. I do love that scene. I did love that lunch scene with Saber and Ilya. It was great. It was, Ilya, Saber sort of starting to accept Ilya, and they were all starting to become part of one big family. And it's before it all goes to shit when Gilgamesh shows up. Anyways, don't skip this scene. Final choice. I don't know what the choice is. Let's just skip to the choice. I'm sure she's going to tease us a whole bunch. Doesn't matter. That fake out end took up more time than I was expecting. So, we're just going to skip to the choice. Normally I would, read a bit more, but fuck it. That was amazing. Best choice. All right. Save. Hopefully we get enough Saber points. If we fucking don't, it'd be a load of bullshit. All right. I feel sorry for Tosaka rummaging through her stuff, but I'm bored sitting here, so I should ask you about protection magic. Question number 1, silence is good. I don't think there's anything to do with Saber. I think I'm asking with D. Her stuff and tries to prescribe me another medicine. Light green powder. I feel sorry for Tosaka rummaging through his stuff, but I'm bored just sitting here. Projection magic. Question number 1. Silence is good. What's question number 1? What's question number 1? Did he have a question that he hadn't asked yet? Let's just do silence is good, right? Because if we're silent with her, silent could be sexual tension. But it could also be that means we're not engaging, so we're not likely to go on the Rin route. Let's do silence is good. I don't know, fuck it. I'm pretty sure I probably didn't do this last time. Yeah, I should just sit here quietly. Tosaka's irritated, and she might come back with a painful counter if I see something weird and interrupt her. All right, the whole scene is done. That's it. That means what? We've seen this before? Or did I... Hold on. Was that new or not? I don't know if that was new. But we can, skip literally everything at this point, right? If I understand correctly. So, yeah. Skip this scene. Peeping incident, caught red-handed. Skip this scene. As much as I'm a peeper. As much as I'm a peeper, and I am a big peeper... I think we're going to skip straight to, day 15. Because nothing else matters for the rest of the days, right? So, there's no point. I mean, there are points. There are reasons that I might want to rewatch some scenes. But for now, I'm low on time anyways. And I'd like to finish up my recap today. Yeah, and see if Saber kills us again. It's great. Skip at least everything 14th day and earlier. Because it happens on 15th day, right? I believe it's 15th day. Skip this scene. Skip Tosaka Sensei's misunderstanding Saber contradiction. Skip this scene. Saber V versus Caster. Skip this scene. Oh, what? Let Saber take... Oh, but it still gives us the choice. Interesting. This is my first time learning that it still gives you the choice. Let Saber take care of Caster and protect the other two here. Go out with Saber. Oh, I do want to see the protect the two other here. But I'll do that later. I am curious about that one. Especially because it doesn't affect anything. I definitely want to look into it, but I have it saved anyway, so go out with Saber. We'll definitely give a point. Melee. Skip this scene. Also, the points don't matter once you're past day 12 anyways, so, skip this scene, yeah. Believe in Tosaka, let Saber take care of Caster. I'm surprised that these don't affect the Saber points. Let Saber take care of Caster. If they do, what do they affect then? Because you're skipping the scene. So if it's just cosmetic stuff, why would they bother showing the choice to you? I guess you won't necessarily know it's just cosmetic stuff. Let Saber take care of Caster. Or no, wait. No, believe in Tosa. I don't remember, but it doesn't matter, right? Oh, apparently it matters. It matters because they're showing it, which means we can't skip it. Anyways, hold on. Let me double check some stuff. Yeah, because on day 7, there's this choice. Is it secretly waifu choice? I think it isn't because it's on the 13th day. I do want to look into this. With this one, I believed in toe sucker. Correct. I honestly don't want to waste time with this. I'll look into it later. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. So we're just going to skip. Even though I haven't seen it, I'm still going to skip. Wait, what? Well, I died. It's the Taiga Dojo. Ah! Hold on, I want to make a note of that, a mental note. Okay, I'm going to look at this later. Hold on. That didn't count. We didn't see that one. It was this one, right? Verse caster melee. I believe in Ilya grumble grumble. Was it this choice? It means losing the defense. It's fine now. Okay. So we're supposed to believe in Tosaka. Apparently, let Saber take care of caster is a bad end. I do not have time for bad ends. I just want to basically get to day 15 and then stop. So, but I am curious about that, and I want to see that bad end actually happen. So, we're going to pick let Saber take care of caster, which is going to be a bad end. No, don't skip it. I haven't even fucking seen it. I'm not happy about just relying on Saber, but we have no choice now. Now I'm going to make a save here. Here. This is a Taiga Dojo. And we will look into this maybe first thing tomorrow. Yeah, that's probably when we're going to look into it. It's first thing tomorrow. For now, I just want to skip this save point to 15, which means we have to load it up because we chose the wrong choice. What do you mean, wait? Oh, you're right. Yeah, this is old save points. Hold on. Oh, you might be right. Did I not save? That's right, because I didn't save at new choices. That's right. Because I was skipping, it didn't give me the option to save at the choices. That's important to know. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's old. But it doesn't matter. I will still load this to see the bad end later on. I don't think it matters for that. Shit, that means we do have to skip past. We're going to have to load the save point anyways. Fuck me. So, wait, where do we load from? We load from here again. Yeah, we have to because that's our newest save point. That's unfortunate. Okay, good to know. I think I know how I'm going to approach this then. Because the choices... Yeah, alright. Load this. I'm learning. I'm learning how this works when the choices show up. Ask about the projection magic, question number 1. Right, so this should be, yeah, because this is, I was resaving on the choices. Just make the same choices as last time. I could, but whatever. I'll do silence is good. Is silence best? Seems like it is. Okay, skip this scene, Saber 2. I don't remember all the choices I made last time is the problem. Peeping incident caught right-handed. I can skip at least everything obvious. Let's just we definitely go out with Saber. Believe in Tosaka. I'm actually believing in Ilya. Ah, fuck these choices. I don't know. Oh, I can save here. Hold on. I can make save here. I can make saves here. So, let's go ahead and make a save here. Gotta get to day 15. What? Don't do it. Oh, don't do it is correct? Okay, cool. It did a skip, which means we know that's correct. The eighth servant, skip, skip, skip. You're my only scar. Okay, skip. Hurry, go around, skip. Boy meets girl, skip. Present, skip. Parting at the bridge, skip. I am kind of reinterested a little bit in their date. It's actually not one of the things biggest on my memory. But I'm not going to look at it right now. Last boy meets girl. Oldest king. What I want to protect. Stand up, don't stand up? We definitely stand up. We believe in the Shiro bullshit. What I've gained. Awakening to the church. No. Day 15 is when the bullshit starts happening. When I wake up, the sun is already way up. I'm going to go ahead and make a save here. And I think I'll pick up from here, basically. Which I know is going to require a bit of skipping. But I just want to start on the day 15, I think is fine. Will Saber kill us? It's supposed to not be difficult to not be killed. So I'd be surprised. Difficult. It's supposed to not be difficult. Okay, so things I want to look into for next time. Well, no, we're probably just going to continue. No, the first thing I think I'll probably do is I will see the bad ending. I'll start with the bad ending. Yeah, I'll start with the bad ending. Then I'll continue this. These things, these split choices I'm kind of curious about, I'll leave for later. After I see the Taiga Dojo, and then we'll see. If I end up getting to the end, then I might do some hunting for some more Taiga Dojos. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know if I'll get to the end tomorrow or not. Tomorrow we should be able to go a long way, so if we're close to the ending, then we might. We might hit it. You know, if we're close, we might hit it. That sounds pretty simple, right? Will Saber kill us, indeed. Otherwise, I don't think there's anything else to really do. I have to stop, so let's stop. Sure, yeah, okay. So, we're done. The YouTube video will stop recording. No extra phrases. Next time, hopefully Saber doesn't kill us.